Welcome back, dear friends. We've got a lot to talk about in this episode. Sentinels take the whole shebang, V1 makes an impressive and deep surprise run, and Korea shows that they can shoot back just as well as they can perform in any other esport title. We're going to take a look at how the rest of the teams placed in Masters 2, get you all primed up and ready to go for Masters 3, and of course, take a look at a new episode of Chalked. This is Aftershock. Masters 2 was a highly anticipated tournament, and for good reason. Fans and pundits alike were able to finally put to rest theories about which region would be the best and why, as Masters 2 featured the very first international tournament in Valorant's short lifespan. And if that wasn't enough to wet your whistle heading into the big week, the 10 teams competing duked it out on LAN, setting the stage for a true representation of who was the best in the world. Crazy Raccoon and Sharks Esports struggled on the international level as they took early exits, and Crew Esports along with X10 Esports followed shortly thereafter, leaving North America, Europe, Brazil, and Korea to fight for the top 6 spots. Brazil's team's Vikings couldn't get much going after taking down X10 and were sent home after a loss to Team Liquid. Surrounded by a cloud of doubt, Version1 had an impressive showing at Masters 2.
They keep them on. Nobody actually from Liquid falling back here, so they might even just get detained. Link goes forward. Penny going to trade one out. Link swinging through. Zelda's going to trade out finally.
He's detained. He's got to stand as watch as V1 against all the odds, against all the doubt, rise above and bring the first win for North America above Europe.
They took down Crazy Raccoon and Team Liquid before being sent down to the lower bracket by New Turn Gaming and then ultimately eliminated by Fnatic, leaving 4 teams in the tournament. New Turn was not able to get past Sentinels in the upper bracket finals and awaited the winner of the clash between Fnatic and Team Liquid. Fnatic was able to do away with their EMEA counterpart before meeting New Turn Gaming for a chance at the grand finals. New Turn unfortunately ran out of gas, paving the way for a rematch between Sentinels and Fnatic. Sentinels came into this tournament as favorites in the eyes of many, and man, they lived up to the hype. They managed to run the bracket without dropping a single map, besting Team Vikings, New Turn, and Fnatic twice on the way to being crowned Masters 2 champions. The 2 big surprises for me were both New Turn Gaming and Version1. And I think the storyline for both of them are pretty similar in a lot of ways. There were many who believed that those 2 teams might not belong amongst the best in the world, but New Turn showed that they belong just fine, and so did Version1, taking down Team Liquid, showing that they can hang with the best of them. I, for one, am super excited to see how these teams continue to develop and what they have in store for us in Berlin. Speaking of which, let's talk about Berlin. Much like Stage 1 and Stage 2, there will be Challengers weekends to determine which teams are going to be representing North America at Masters 3 in Berlin, Germany. Brackets for this domestic tournament are not available yet, so stay tuned. While the qualification for this tournament might feel similar, we're going to see a whole lot of new faces in Berlin. We're going to have 16 teams from around the globe, a considerable increase from what we saw at Masters 2. We're going to have 1 team from Latin America, 2 teams from Southeast Asia, 2 teams from Japan, 2 from Korea, 2 from Brazil, 3 from North America, and then lastly 4 from the EMEA region. More top talent from all of these regions should make for a banger of a tournament, and you're not going to want to miss it. Fortunately, there's plenty of Valorant action to keep you entertained while we wait for Berlin. Not only do we have the qualifier tournaments for Masters 3, but we also have the next VCT Game Changers tournament going down at the end of June, and you're not going to want to miss that. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Yeah, it's time for another rendition of Chalked. Much like in the last episode, we had you, the viewer, send in your less than desirable clips for us to take a look at and honestly make fun of. This episode, we've got an Astra playing on Haven. Looks like she's in a 3v1 situation against a Jet. Let's take a look. All right, so as we see here, things look pretty good. It's a pistol, first round of the game. You've got Reyna on your team, who's the best pistol agent in the game, in my opinion. And you've got Reyna fully taking C long. You've got Cypher holding the middle of the map. This is great. And you've got the spike, right? This looks like it should be easy. Pushes through the smoke. Everything's great. Okay, hold the phone. All right, stop the tape here. All right? Because at this point, I look at this and I go, oh, the round's over. right? Jet obviously wasn't shooting at him. The chat even says she's AFK, so this should be an easy round, right? Give her a little pew pew, win the round, it's done. But of course, well, it's chalked. So there's no telling what's about to go down. And this makes me really nervous. Dude, just shoot her, right? Like, just shoot her. Oh gosh, she's moving. Oh no.
Oh. Reloading.
Look, he doesn't make that mistake again. I am confident in that. I'm glad he's laughing about it, but If you want to be featured on Chalked, make sure you send in your clips on social media. I'm EsportsDoug, and that's going to do it for this episode of Aftershock. We'll see you next time.